Okay. Oh no, it fell! I forgot my tripod, so Harrison's helping out.
Makeshift little tripod.
We're using a candle and a coaster.
Alright,
So.
no, you just can't move. Well, I'll make sure to end it before you stop.
No steadying. Alright, we'll be steady. Alright, happy Accountability Friday. Once again, we're going to throw this on YouTube after, if you're joining late or want to recap. So first, we're going to talk today, say it'll be a shorter Accountability Friday. We're going to talk about some arm training. Okay, thought it was a good topic for this week. Starting to be able to complete a full arm day now on Fridays. Arm training, Audrey and I are heading up to the Dave Lieberman tomorrow in Cleveland. I think it's NPC, Natural Northern. Cheering on our good friend Chris, and then the people at Old School, Tyler, Cam, Hickstars competing, and Danielle. Shout out them, we'll be up there supporting those guys. So excited to be up there. And then I want to talk about Hugh the ham dog today and kind of the direction we're going to go with that. So to recap my training, I started off last week actually doing yoga with Audrey at Moto Yoga Sunday morning. And I was kind of already thinking in my head, like, hey, maybe Monday, I knew we were pulling from one mat, less range of motion at Old School. I was like, I'm going to like start, maybe working flexibility. I'm starting to pull sumo again, trying at least. So started the week strong, doing just yoga. That's heated. That's like a 50-minute class. Really, really great. Feels like it just starts the week off right. It's at 8 a.m. on Sunday. It kind of sets the tone. I like it. And it's fun time with Audrey too, of course. So got that going on Sunday. And then Monday rolled into Old School. Double overhand, 455 off like 2 thinner mats, thick mat, whatever you want to call it. Happy with that. Recapping back to that video, my hips did rise from the start. I was happy with that. Overall, I was able to hold it. That's my best pull, even before I tore the bicep. My best pull double overhand was 455. So, matching that feels good. Just going to keep working technique. The plan is, first time I'm putting out there, I would like to try 500 the first Monday back at Old School in May. So I think during the month of April, I'm just going to keep training grip, right? I really think the difference between me pulling 455 on Monday and 500 come May is just more grip. My hips feel strong from squatting, so I'm going to keep leaning into squats on Wednesday. Those feel good. Wrapped up this week a little bit. Did 375 through a red and a black. My best ever, I think, wrapped up is like 4 plates, so not too far off from that. Feeling good. Recovery-wise, today did 5 sets of 1 rep front squat 315. So with about a minute rest in between. So just try to work more conditioning there.
Sam said, where would you buy such a beanbag?
Sam,
Yeah.
this beanbag, this is a love sack one, baby.
It's a love sack? Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Nice.
to be honest, like this is the only time I ever use this thing.
How long have you had it?
Maybe a couple years. I mean, I remember, I think it was like my gift to myself. I used to live with my boys Devin and Jared in Clintonville, and when we moved out, it was like my first apartment by myself, so I was like, all right, I'm going to get this. And it, finally, I guess 3 years later serves its purpose. So
Yeah.
That's okay. It's,
Looking for a love sack sponsor.
Audrey has one of their couches, man. They're like, shit's pretty
They have
cool.
couches?
I mean, yeah, dude, they got it all. They have a place at Easton. I kind of like it, but
Nice.
yeah. So yeah, well, we had Noah here last week, and I was like telling him, I was like, maybe we should get on the beanbag together. Maybe we'll have to do that. I think if we had more interviews, but
Just gonna reshape it.
yeah. Oh, dude, there's like plenty of space on here. So, finished 315, 5 singles today. And then other than that, I'm starting to incorporate, arms again on Friday, like the full workout, still falling, get stacked. But the truth is, I am trying to add some more volume. I think the big takeaway, I guess if we're talking arm training now, is, frequency. And I think, biceps, triceps, if that's specifically what we're talking about with arm training, a lot of forearms, flexors, extensors, smaller muscles, right? So I lean into, lately a little more frequency, less volume on one specific day, especially for my biceps. I'm probably only doing on like a bicep focused day, no more than 6 to 8 sets, right? But those other days, like maybe my, deadlift day, I'm adding in a couple sets of like more focused forearm, like, maybe more hammer curls. Okay, I'm starting to do a lot more dead hangs, but most of my arm training right now is focused on, you know, maybe on my back movements. I'm using a fat bar or the fat grips, right? Like how can I work, you know, pulling motions but adding more grip in too. So that's where my arm training's been at. I don't know, Harrison, if you and I did this at Capitol, but I remember some of the guys on the soccer team. We would go out a lot on Thursdays, and what we would do is we'd play an arm day for like, I don't know, 7:30 p.m. at Capitol.
Oh, before you went out.
Yeah, we fucking hit arms like.
Before you take the drunk bus.
Yeah, the drunk bus, man. Everyone remembers that. So we would smash arms and, you know, obviously probably dry our shirts on high and then go out. But, you know, but what I'm saying is back then too is like, I think on that day, for whatever reason, we would squat heavy too. And like the thought was, it's like some bro science here, but we would try to, you know, hit a heavy movement that was going to really challenge us, right? And then, you know, the thought was maybe it raises our HGH levels in our bodies a little bit more. So then we go hit arms. It's like, all right, like I've heard this is like very old school. They maybe back to the 1970s, 80s, like hit, you know, a heavy compound, right? Raise your HGH in the body naturally, and then you move into something you need to improve a little bit. Like, you know, for us, we were trying to grow bigger arms, so we fucking squat. And,
that's,
you know,
huge.
Hit bis and tris, like little of an old school bodybuilding style, but I think there's something to that.
I wonder if it could help with recovery too. With
sure.
You know.
I mean, depending on like your intensity, like now, not like a max effort squat's not going to really ever help with recovery ever. But
right.
You know, maybe you're doing like a very low weight, like high repetition, more focused blood flow for sure. Yeah.
Does it actually increase HGH?
Yeah, in your body naturally. There's like some studies like they'll look at like does this you know, there's obviously some type of intensity, you know, meaning like you can't do a super lightweight, right? But
right.
X amount of reps at this percentage of your 1 rep max, you know, is going to make your body respond and want to grow, right? So they, you know, they test all these things, and the thing that came out was the barbell back squat, right, is going to, you know, overall push you to this, you know, newfound level. So,
right.
You know, the thought was, all right, if we can, you know, hit it hard and then go do arms, it's awesome. So, but back to kind of arm training now, grip training, always around some type of, you know, pull day. So, you know, Mondays we do a lot of back and deadlifts. So I'm doing a lot of farmer's carries, these types of things. Asher, our guy, asked us some of the best forearm exercises. And, you know, I think where my mind goes to when you ask me that, Asher, is like, I'm a power lifter, right? So in terms of my training, it's like, how long can I, you know, max effort deadlift, hold it, you know, hopefully only for a few seconds, lifting it, locking out, setting it down, right? So, you know, one thing I'm resorting back to, I still need to do this, but I was talking to some of my baseball guys, bucket of sand or bucket of rice sand, start sticking your hand in, digging around. This is something I need to try still. I want to get to, but that's something I want to experiment with. But things I've been doing now, man, once again, is I'm just adding extended grip to some of my secondary pull movements. So, you know, if I'm doing, maybe I started with a pull up, not working grip too much, but then go into like a cable row. If you got fat grips, throw those on, or if you got a fatter bar, use that, right? That's an added chance to work those forearms. And I think just increasing anything you can squeeze, right? And then from there, I'd go dead hang, some of my favorite, right? Also a great way to decompress the spine. You know, I'm always going to come at you, where can we get the most bang for our buck? Movements are going to, you know, sure, help the grip, whatever. What else can we do? And then got two of my clients this morning, trained at 5:45. We're doing some grip work today too. We're doing plate pinches, okay? Just pinching the plate, not wrapping the fingers around, but squeezing hard, right? And you don't have to do super heavy weights. We're doing like 20, 25 pounds each hand. Squeeze hard, pinch, hold, right? Go from there. But think flexion, extend. Yeah, think flexion, extension. Something I do a couple times a week is I'll lay my wrists over, you know, like a table of some sort. Okay, dumbbells very light, 3, 5, 6 pounds at most each hand. I'm coming down, wrapping, think range of motion, squeezing up, right? Go lightweight and just work that range of motion. We'll go up, and then I'll go behind my back for my flexors, okay, and curl up, right, with barbell. Very traditional. I see a lot of people do this in the gym, right? But think, you know, I think a lot of people, when they're training their grip, they cheat the range of motion, so they'll only go flexors too, so they're behind the back, curling up,
both ways,
right? So I like add the extension, set on a table, grab light dumbbells and curl up, right? And just isolate and knock that out. Like I'll do 2 or 3 sets at the end of every workout.
You don't focus on going down, you're just focusing on the
extension. Both, yeah, you need to do both is what I'm saying. Load both. So loading extensor coming up, flexor going down.
Gotcha.
Okay. So load both. What I'm saying is like most people, I'll stand up for this one. Most people are doing curls up. This is like very common what you see in the gym.
Yeah.
Right. Everyone's like in there busting. That's fine, right? But you got to get that extensor too. Top. So let it drape and then stretch, squeeze at the top. Right.
Cole says team biceps or team triceps.
Shit. Well, listen. I guess I'm fucking team biceps though because I tore mine and I still want to
Yeah.
massive guns. So yeah, I know. Well, Cole's team triceps. So I guess I have to be his rival.
Team not small.
Which takes me actually to Hugh the Ham Dog. So my man Cole hooked me up with an awesome logo. If you follow me long enough, I preach these hamstrings and the Russian lean specifically. So I thought it'd be cool to kind of put something together. I've never done a t-shirt. I really want to put together a t-shirt for you guys. And here's my plan. I actually signed up for Pelotonia this year. And what I'd like to do is sell this shirt and all the proceeds go to Pelotonia. I'm still putting that together. I have to I'm doing the 25 miler. So, I think, what I would like to do is put these shirts together, sell them to you guys on my website, make it a cool shirt, training with Zach. I think cool logo on the back, but put Hugh the Ham Dog on the front, get the ham dogs barking on there. And then put all these proceeds to that. And probably, what I would like to do is put out like give you guys a free arm workout with that download or, purchase of the shirt, right? So we'll talk more about that. But yeah, Hugh is just something fun I want to do. Try to hopefully raise money for the right thing. It's my first time in Pelotonia this year, so.
Your chat's pretty active right now too, if you want me to catch you up.
Yeah, sure.
Will Lifts asked, and I'll ask them in order and then we'll go back through them.
Yeah, sure.
What's up, Will? Will said favorite tricep workout to increase bench, ? Audrey asked if you're single. Asher said he wants your beanbag, and then my friend Buggy said, a little weird, Audrey, and then I said that's his girlfriend. And then Asher said I thought she was my girlfriend, my bad.
Damn. Audrey's getting all this attention.
Yeah, right?
I love it.
So let's go back.
Yeah, Will.
Favorite tricep.
Yeah, so, Will has been an online client for a couple of years, and Will's probably got the fucking strongest bench of anyone I know, and he's a sexy motherfucker. But, him and I have been doing a shit ton of close grip, and I think where I would go to is I've been doing on all my bench days on Tuesday, 2 to 3 sets back down close grip myself. I feel like this is what's, what I'm focusing right now, once again, in my training, arm training specifically, is just getting a fucking pump, right? And how much can I feel that tricep and close grip's been doing that for me today. Earlier today, I did like lighter dumbbell rollbacks, 35s, and almost I was on a bench and stretched it down a little more, almost got into my lat a little bit. And then locked slowly. So tempo rollbacks have been good for my triceps lately too. But yeah, this is actually the first time close grip. My bench, once again, I'm coming back into it. So this is the first time it's feeling, I'm starting to feel balanced, but I feel like my triceps are actually working on my bench. And if you know me well enough, I've always had trouble activating my lats on bench. Every time I go into a meet, man, it's just like not a great day. And, I think this rebuilding process is kind of teaching my body to fire in a new way. It was like almost I had to take a couple steps back to go really forward again on bench, and I'm feeling confident. So to answer your question specifically, Will, close grip, you and I have been doing this a lot. Tempo rollbacks, have been a favorite of mine.
Yeah, you said those back down sets have blown up my bench and tricep rollbacks.
Listen, Matt Wenning says this, if you got a big chest, you're probably not a good bencher, right? So really what he's saying is the best benchers, it doesn't develop your chest, really. In the bench press, for powerlifting sense, right? If you have a flat back on a bench press and you're barbell benching, and you're probably a little wider too, it's actually going to build your chest quite a bit, especially if you slow that movement down. That's what I feel like I can really activate my chest on the bench press. I just don't think I'm good as teaching that as my body to treat it as a compound, right? To really fire and explode. So, what we do in powerlifting is we get this arch, right? And we fire, bam! It's really mainly a tricep movement. If I've learned anything, kind of committing more to powerlifting the last few years of my life, it's that movement especially, man, it's all triceps. So, something I've missed out on training, I think that's really important too. Treadway is also one of the best benchers I know, does this weekly. It's like 300 to 500 tricep band push downs. It's not really even about the weight of the band, but about the tension and the blood flow you have to pump into your ligaments to support, holding 400 or whatever your
Right.
maximal
That's
effort
huge.
is, right? It's like, so yeah, the heavy accessory work, heavy close grip, this is important, but also think about that ligament and blood flow training. That's honestly going back to my bicep tear. I don't think I was doing enough like high rep, very low weight curls, right? When you're training this much intensity, your fucking ligaments and tendons have to be strong. So you have to kind of transfer. It's not all about the hypertrophy of the muscle and mechanical tension, breaking the muscle down. It's like, all right, how much blood can I pump into my tendons for recovery too? And I missed out on that for sure.
We got more.
Yep.
Asher said squat variations and accessory to blow up max squat ?
Sure. You know, asking to, increase the 1 rep on the squat, kind of goes back to maybe where you're breaking down, Asher. But here's where I would go to. If you're not front squatting right now, like let's say you're back squatting once a week, maybe deadlifting once a week, or every so often and benching once a week. Add in a front squat, sub-maximal, maybe, let's call it, let's say you're squatting around 300 right now, do front squats around 200 pounds for triples, fours, maybe 5 reps for 2 to 3 sets, a couple times once a week. Do that for a month, Asher, it'll blow up. I think anytime you can improve that front crack position, it's going to engage your core that much more. That's going to carry over to any compound, especially the deadlift too, but even the squat.
Noah said favorite lateral tricep head exercise.
Probably, I think that goes back to our close grip. So I would just say, I don't know when Noah hopped on here, but close grip, yeah.
Sweet.
Okay.
And then Buggy said she's eating chocolate while watching the live.
Okay, love it. All right. I need some chocolate actually. I feel like my blood sugar's dropping.
Nice.
Yeah, I think the only other thing we're going to talk about is Dave Lieberman tomorrow. I haven't told Audrey this, but we're going to probably vlog it. I think that would be fun. Try to put that up on YouTube later. But other than that, looking forward to next week. My plan is to probably pull again, but lighter, more volume for the next few weeks. Just keep training that grip and really go from there. So I appreciate everyone coming in. Seems like we had some more questions. Hopefully keep growing this thing. I think next week we're gonna go maybe live from Harrison's place. Him and I are gonna work out right before Accountability Friday next week. So we'll recap training and maybe try to.
Yeah, we might be live from both of our pages, or we might be live from mine, and then we can just stream it to your.
Yeah. I think
after we could.
I think that's a good idea
too.
I think that's a good idea.
We'll figure that part out, but it'll be a good week. Get back in the gym.
Okay. Yeah. Harrison's been a little sick, but that's okay.
We were
We're
very
getting back.
sick last week.
There's something in the air, but all right. Well, thank you guys. Happy Accountability Friday. See you next week.